Imagine two people sitting at the same dinner table, same age, same job, same paycheck hitting their account every 2 weeks. One of them has $38,000 in consumer debt, credit cards, car loans, buy now, pay later balances, personal loans. The other has $38,000 sitting in investments, quietly compounding, quietly growing. From the outside, they look identical, but financially, they are living in completely different worlds. And here's what's unsettling. The first person, they think they're normal. Because in America right now, they are. The average American carries $38,000 in personal debt, not including their mortgage. That number has become so common that most people don't even question it anymore. They just carry it. They manage it. They make the minimum payments and move on. This video is about why that happened, what it's costing you, and exactly how to think differently. Because normal in America right now is broke, and you were not built for normal. Let's go. Debt didn't become normal overnight. It was a slow, deliberate shift in marketing, in culture, in the financial products that became available to everyday people. It happened gradually, then all at once. In 1980, the average American household saved nearly 10% of their income. That was the standard. That was the cultural expectation. By 2005, that savings rate had dropped to nearly zero. And consumer debt? It exploded. Credit cards became standard in the 90s. Buy now, pay later arrived in the last decade and made impulse spending frictionless. Auto loans stretched from 3 years to 7. Student loans ballooned into a $1 trillion industry. Every single one of these products was designed to feel like a solution. And every single one of them transfers wealth, quietly and consistently, from your pocket to someone else's. The system isn't broken. It's working exactly as designed. The question is not whether the system exists. The question is, are you working with it, or is it quietly working against your future? Reason 1. Debt has been rebranded as a lifestyle tool. Somewhere along the way, borrowing stopped feeling like a last resort and started feeling like a strategy. 0% financing, rewards points, cashback offers, easy monthly payments. The language of debt became the language of smart spending. But here's what the fine print never tells you. A $5,000 credit card balance at 22% interest, paid at minimums, will cost you over $8,000 by the time it's cleared. You borrowed $5,000. You paid back $8,000. The extra $3,000 didn't buy you a single thing. Wealthy people don't use debt as a lifestyle tool. They use cash as a negotiating tool. They understand that the moment you borrow, you are spending tomorrow's money on today's wants. And tomorrow always comes. Reason 2. Monthly payments have replaced price tags. Ask someone how much their car costs, and most people won't tell you the purchase price. They'll tell you the monthly payment. $450 a month. Sounds manageable, but $450 a month over 60 months at 6% interest is not a $20,000 car. It's a $27,000 car, plus the depreciation that started the moment they drove off the lot. The monthly payment model is one of the most powerful psychological shifts in modern consumer culture. It makes everything feel affordable. It makes nothing feel expensive. And it keeps millions of people locked in cycles of debt that feel comfortable until they do the math. Millionaires think in total cost, not monthly payments. Always. Reason 3. Social media made comparison spending unavoidable. Every generation has dealt with keeping up with the neighbors, but previous generations only had to keep up with the people on their street. Now, the comparison is global, constant, and curated to show the absolute best version of everyone else's life. The vacation, the renovation, the new car, the designer pieces. And because credit makes all of it instantly accessible, people are spending money they don't have to match a lifestyle that isn't even real. Research shows that social media exposure significantly increases impulse spending and decreases savings behavior. The feed is not neutral. It is an engineered spending trigger. It is working on millions of people every single day. Wealthy people consume content intentionally. They are selective about what they watch and who they follow. They protect their attention the same way they protect their money. Because what you pay attention to shapes what you desire, and what you desire shapes what you spend. Reason 4. Financial literacy was never taught in school. The average American graduates high school with zero formal education in budgeting, debt, compounding interest, or investing. They know how to solve for X. They do not know what happens when they carry a credit card balance for 10 years. This is not an accident. It is a gap, and industries have been built to profit from it. The good news is that financial literacy is a learnable skill, not complicated, not reserved for finance professionals. Just information that most people were never given. Every hour you invest in understanding money pays you back in clarity, better decisions, and avoided mistakes. The debt cycle feeds on ignorance. Knowledge is the exit. Reason 5. Emergency funds were replaced by credit cards. A generation ago, the advice was simple: save 3 to 6 months of expenses before you need it. That advice is still correct. But credit cards made it feel unnecessary. Why keep cash sitting in a savings account when you have a $10,000 credit limit available at all times? Because when the emergency hits, and it will, that credit card doesn't help you. It adds to the problem. One unexpected car repair, one medical bill, one period of reduced income, and suddenly you're carrying $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 in high-interest debt on top of everything else. Wealthy people keep liquid cash available specifically so that emergencies don't become debt. The emergency fund is not a suggestion. It is the firewall between your financial plan and a total derailment. Reason 6. Buy now, pay later made debt invisible. This is one of the fastest-growing financial products in history and one of the most dangerous for everyday spenders. Buy now, pay later services allow you to split purchases into 4 or 6 payments with no visible interest. It feels like a discount. It feels like discipline. But research from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau found that buy now, pay later users are far more likely to carry credit card debt, overdraft their accounts, and miss payments on other bills. Because it's not free money, it's future money. And every time you split a purchase into payments, you are reducing your future flexibility, dollar by dollar, purchase by purchase. Millionaires pay for things when they buy them. Full price, full payment, full ownership, no strings attached to next month's income. Think about where you are right now. Sit with this for a moment. How much of your monthly income is already spoken for before it even arrives in your account? Car payment, credit card minimum, buy now, pay later installment. Subscription, another subscription. For a lot of people, the answer is 40, 50, sometimes 60%. Gone before it was ever really theirs. If the answer makes you uncomfortable, That discomfort is useful. That feeling is information. You don't need more income to get out. You need more of your current income back. And that starts with a decision. Reason 7. Debt became a comfort zone. This might be the most important point of everything said so far. At some level, for a lot of people, debt feels safe. It feels like everyone has it, so it must be okay. It feels normal. It removes the discomfort of delayed gratification. It makes the gap between where you are and where you want to be feel smaller, at least temporarily. But comfort and safety are not the same thing. Debt feels comfortable. Debt is not safe. But debt is not comfort. It is borrowed time. Every dollar of consumer debt you carry is a dollar that is not compounding for your future. And compounding, given enough time, is the most powerful financial force available to ordinary people. $300 a month invested at an average market return from age 25 is over $1 million by retirement. Carry $300 a month in debt payments instead, and that million never exists. Same $300. Completely opposite outcomes. The decision is not dramatic. It does not require a windfall or a perfect moment. It requires a shift in identity, in daily behavior, and in what you decide is acceptable for your financial life. And that shift is available to anyone willing to make it. $38,000 in debt is normal in America. But normal is not the destination. Wealthy people do not accept normal as the ceiling. They look at what average people do, and they consciously do the opposite. They live below their means when it feels uncomfortable. They save aggressively when it feels excessive. They invest consistently when the market feels uncertain. They pay cash when credit would be easier and faster. They say no to things that feel affordable but are not aligned with where they are going. And over time, those boring, quiet, disciplined decisions build something that looks anything but boring from the outside. Freedom, real options, genuine security, unstoppable momentum. The path out of the debt cycle is not complicated. It starts with a written budget that accounts for every dollar, every single one. It continues with an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses, liquid and accessible. That fund exists so that when life happens, and it will, your first instinct is not to reach for a credit card. It accelerates when you attack existing debt aggressively, starting with the highest interest rate and working down. Every extra dollar you throw at debt today is a dollar that stops costing you money tomorrow. And it compounds month after month, year after year, when you redirect what used to be debt payments into investments. The same money, completely different direction, completely different destination. The math is not mysterious. The behavior is the hard part. And behavior is always a choice. For those who want the full framework, the complete system, the step-by-step breakdown, the exact tools that make this process easier and faster, it's all inside Luxona Vault. Every principle, every strategy, every sequence. Organized, actionable, ready when you are. No pressure. It's there when the time is right. $38,000 in debt is what happens when a culture stops teaching people to say no, when monthly payments replace values, when comparison replaces clarity, when instant access replaces delayed gratification. But here is what is also true. Every single person who has built real wealth started from a decision. Not a windfall, not a perfect moment, not a lucky break. A decision to stop accepting the financial normal that everyone around them had settled for. You are not that culture. You are someone who showed up today to learn something different. You are someone who is already asking better questions. And that decision, that single, quiet, powerful choice to think differently, is exactly where wealth begins. It begins here. It begins now. Wealth isn't loud. It's disciplined. It's intentional. It's built daily, one decision at a time, $1 redirected at a time. Welcome to Luxona, where millionaires are made.